Alright, what is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? We're back. Kiki-Jiki, because people seem to like Kiki-Jiki videos lately, so I'm trying to give the people what they want. And what are we playing against? Jeleva. I've not seen Jeleva in quite a while. If you don't know what Jeleva does, she gets to exile top X cards, and whenever she attacks, you can cast instant sorcery without paying its mana cost. My deck isn't full of a ton of sorceries and instants, so shouldn't be too bad for me, but we'll see what they've packed into their deck. When Jeleva tends to make the deck more powerful, they use a lot of time walks. I like time walks, tree removal spells, and like big bomb spells like Army of the Damned and things of that nature. I mean, you could play like Jockle Hops and stuff, but not really into that. Our hand's a little bit slow, which is okay, but we'll see. I mean, I like the fast start hands, but those don't always lead to the most exciting games for you guys to watch. Anyways, a couple of things. There's Conspiracy, the new set that's supposed to be available on paper not too long from now, and there's also Vintage Masters for Magic Online coming out, which is interesting. If you guys want me to cover the spoilers for those, I could. Some of the cards are actually interesting because they're printing cards for the first time, not printing, but putting them on MTGO for the first time that have never actually been on MTGO. Like Goblin Settler, which is a 1/1 for 3 and a red. And then when it enters the battlefield, you can destroy target land. It's also an Avalanche Rider without haste, and it's only a 1/1, but doesn't have Echo. So for a deck like Kiki-Jiki, where you just want to disrupt your opponent, it's actually, I would say, better, because very rarely is the 2 damage from the 2/2 going to matter, and the Echo is actually something worth thinking about, because if you want to curve into Goblin Settler, then Kiki-Jiki, you can't do that when you're paying Echo. So I'll probably put that in the deck. I know people don't like land destruction, but it's actually very powerful in Kiki-Jiki, so it's hard to ignore. Um, Speaking of Strip Mine and Ravenous Baboons, there they are. This is going to be a pretty good against him. He's going to have a pretty, well, he's going to have a 3-color mana base, so it's not always feasible to play lots of basic lands. Ooh, if he doesn't have a counter spell, it's going to be really sad. I mean, it's even worth considering if I should just do that. This turn, I could just run the Price of Glory out there, and then next turn run the Ravenous Baboons. I don't really want to. The thing about Mana Vault, it just sometimes I don't really want to use it. I'm considering cutting it, unless you're just slamming out a card or some big spell. It's generally just annoying to deal with because you have to pay to untap it, and you can only do it on your upkeep. But it is a powerful card, but I've never really been impressed with it in this deck because you get your creatures killed, and then you pull out to the tapped Mana Vault, or you get your spell countered. This stops him from casting Jeleva because you have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think we just bite the bullet and put out the baboons. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna pay the untap. I'll just take some damage for a little while. This slows him down so much, though. He might just leave. It's possible. But yeah, Kiki-Jiki does. So let me know if you want me to cover any of those spoilers. I can do that. So I'm also thinking about putting a link in the video asking. I want to make one of the gods, a deck with one of the gods. So if you're gonna pick, the one I really want to make a deck with is Iroas, the god of victory. I think his name is. So I'll probably put a link. You guys can vote on what you prefer, and then after, I don't know, a week or a couple days, I'll pick what I want to build on. So you'll have an option. So yeah, that should be cool, because I know people have wanted to see some more of the other gods. All I've made is the Heliod deck. I don't have a deck for the other ones. I'll just pre-combat this Perforos. I guess there is consideration to Kiki-Jiki, or Price of Glory to protect Kiki-Jiki, but, whatever. I mean, it's... I mean, this is going to blow up. Actually, Thornbite Staff, Kiki-Jiki, and Ravenous Baboons, they're just going to basically blow him out of the game. I know a lot of, I know the land destruction thing isn't very happy, but sometimes you just get the land destruction draws, and he's gonna need a Doomblade or a counter spell here, otherwise he's gonna just lose. His whole mana base is just based, it's tapped. I mean, I played the stock deck, and it's just a lot of tap lands, and they're all non-basics. So I'm thinking about whether I should clone Shell or if I should just go for the Kiki. I feel like it'd be more fun to just play Clone Shell. I mean, maybe that's not the. I mean, that's not the correct play, but we'll just Clone Shell, and I'll let him. Man, Perforos is pretty sweet. Ooh, Quell Engine. That's a nice one. Hopefully, it doesn't get exiled. Clone Shell's so sweet. I love that card. I love that card in stack. It's just so much fun to just get free creatures just slammed on the battlefield. I mean, you could probably make a deck take more advantage of Clone Shells, putting a lot of fatties. I mean, this deck does have some. But that'd be cool. Clone Shell deck. I wonder if that was ever tried in Standard. The Clone Shell Shatter deck. Probably not a good deck, actually. It's probably really terrible. Another tap land. Wow. Alright. I think we now would just run Kiki into any kind of counter spell. I mean, we could even just Sword first. Yeah, let's just Sword first. If he has a counter spell or Doomblade, I'd rather him use it now. I don't care if he kills Clone Shell, so I'll just put it on this. And he's probably got nothing, so he's just going to get 2 or 3 lands blown up every turn. But yeah, that's what Kiki does. He tries to go out fast. You want to ramp your mana up, want to cast disruptive spells. Like instead of having, you know, Doomblades and things of that nature, we have keep people off their mana, which isn't always the funnest thing. But I try to make a creature based. It's more of an aggressive control-ish deck that just has a lot of value. And Clone Shells, Ravenous Baboons, and then Goto gets equipment like Thornbite Staff, like Skull Clamp, and just keeps you in the game, or just puts them further behind with sort of Feast and Famine. So Kiki-Jiki is obviously very powerful. I know some people think he should be banned because it's combo potential, which I'm not so sure about that. He does have combo potential, but there are enough combos in EDH that banning Kiki-Jiki isn't really necessary. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about the spoilers. You want me to cover them? Because I know Conspiracy is very MT or multiplayer focused. So there are a lot of there's actually a 4 mana. It's kind of interesting. It's 4 mana, either a Time Warp or you get a 3-card draw. So like either end of it is very powerful. I'm kind of surprised they printed that card. So based on how the players vote, you either get 3 cards or you get a Time Warp. So sometimes you'll probably want the 3 cards more than the Time Warp, and I guess it's not that powerful because a lot of times you'll want the 3 cards, but they'll just give you a Time Warp, which is just going to be like an Explorer. So it's an interesting card. I think it should have been 5 mana, to be honest, because we already have Concentrate at 4 mana, and then Time Warp at 5. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. I know this is a quick one, but you know sometimes games are quick, and that's the beats. We didn't get too much Jeleva. His deck's really slow. The tap land. I think he was playing basically a stock deck. I noticed he had 1 Zendikar land in, but he probably just changed around a little things here and there. Stock decks, we've covered that. You know what they're like. They're kind of brutal to play against powerful decks. So have a great Saturday night. See you next time. Thanks for watching.